Welcome back into the Sunbelt Social Suite as we wrap things up with our final guest of the afternoon. We've got our student athlete representatives from South Alabama from the Jags. We've got Roman Buchanan, a junior defensive back majoring in exercise science, as well as Chris May, a senior offensive lineman, also majoring in exercise science. Guys, we appreciate you making some time to come out and answer some questions from the fans. This is all about social media, so we've got you guys displaying your Twitter and Instagram so that everybody can go and check out your journey here in New Orleans and what's going on here and get an inside look at Sunbelt Media Day. But we've got to ask, how active are you on social media?
Not as active as I used to be. I deleted the apps not too long ago. I got them back, but not nearly as much as I used to be.
All right, and how about you, Roman?
I'm not a big selfie person, so just in football season, I post a lot of stuff on Instagram, but nothing. I'm not big into it, so.
All right. Well, we've got some questions that have come in from social media, a couple questions from Twitter for you guys. First off, for Roman, we'll let you guys put the whiteboards down. You don't have to hold it the entire time. From Reagan Dial, this one's for Roman. Are you looking forward to more big hits like in the bowl game from last year?
I really am. I feel like towards the end of the season, I started getting kind of a knack for anticipating plays. So, yeah, I think that's going to happen a lot more this year, and I'm can't wait to start.
All right, Chris, we see you're rocking the man bun. Are you going to grow your hair out throughout the season?
Absolutely, yeah. I'll cut it and probably donate it again at the end of the year.
All right, does it ever get in the way?
All the time. It gets pulled all the time, and it's so frustrating. So I started putting in a ponytail during practice during the spring, and that helped a lot. So.
All right, so learning the tips.
Yeah.
All right. Well, for both of you, one of our final questions from Thomas on Twitter. How's the transition been for some of those UAB transfers that have been coming in and getting into the mix?
You have to ask Chris for the most part. Most of them are offense, but I think the one or two that we got on defense, spring was a little rough for them. They were trying to figure everything out, but we've been doing walkthroughs and watching film and getting everybody adjusted on defense. So the couple guys that we got on defense, I think they come along very well.
What about on the offensive side, Chris?
I would agree absolutely with what Roman said. With the spring, it was kind of a tough transition for some of them. I mean, that was a really traumatic thing that they went through in the fall. So kind of just they've been at some of those guys have been at UAB for 3-4 years, and they completely change landscapes and come here in the spring, get thrown a whole new offense, pretty much same offense, but different guys, a little bit different terminology and stuff like that. So it was a little bit tough transition for them at first, but I think that they've done a very good job of being accepting of that throughout the summer and really kind of transitioning into this being, this is South Alabama and stuff like that. I think that they've done a good job.
Something that we saw from both of you guys, had the opportunity to go with the team to the Women's and Children's Hospital. Tell us a little bit about that experience, being able to kind of give back to the community.
It was huge for me because I always felt, as an athlete, you have a little more influence than your typical person. So you should use that in a positive way and, give back to the community. It was huge. Those kids, any kid is always excited to see a college football player. So it was big. I know how I was when I was a little kid about college football players. So, just to make those little kids' day, it meant the world to me.
Yeah, I agree with what Roman said. It was a really cool experience. Myself, I feel that that's something that we should continue to do more of, especially as a team like Roman said. We really do. As college athletes have a huge influence, especially on the younger kids, the younger generations, and I think that we need to use that to influence them in a very positive manner. Honestly, I wish that we could have spent more time with the kids there. It was a blast.
Well, Roman, you have a unique experience here because you have not just your teammate Chris over here, but you've got a former teammate from high school who is also here at Media Day, Brandon Burks from Troy University. Now, you guys know that you guys are buddies in high school, still friends now, but you've had the chance to meet up on the football field. Mm-hmm. Who's gotten the better of that matchup?
Well, my freshman year when Brandon really let loose on us, I didn't play a whole lot. So he definitely got the better of us in Troy. My second year, I think we got the better of him. But individually, it's tough to say because, we're back and forth. It's been that way since we were 5th and 6th grade. We two good athletes. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. I expect nothing but the best out of Burks when we play each other. I know what I'm going to get. So.
All right. Well, I'm going to have you guys pick up those whiteboards and erasers again, and we are going to play a little this or that. I'm going to ask you guys a question and then have you guys write down your response, and we'll turn those responses around to the camera and get you to explain your answer. Got it?
Gotcha.
All right. If the other guy up here were playing quarterback, how many games would the Jags win this season? If Chris was your quarterback, how many games are you going to win? Chris has his answer. All right, go ahead and flip them around. Chris said they're going to win 13 games, going to go to a bowl with Roman.
Dang, bro.
Roman's got no faith in you.
Well, here's a little fact. I played quarterback in 7th grade, so.
Well, I better add 10 more games to that.
7th grade QB. Were you any good?
I was number 44, so I think that should tell you that I probably wasn't very good. I played in like 1 game. So.
There you have it. Were you 2nd string, 3rd string?
Like 5th.
There you go. All right, so you kind of have a little bit of reference now. So are you going to stick with 2 games, or are you going to increase that total?
I'll go to 6.
Okay. All right. You can go 500.
Yeah.
All right. Describe the other guy's playing style in 1 word. What 1 word sums up Roman's style?
This is just towards me
Well,
right now.
it's to both of you.
Okay.
For you, which word describes Chris's style?
Write it down.
You can write it down.
For Chris, right?
Yes, for Chris.
I'm gonna use a big word here. I have to spell this right.
Well, spelling doesn't count, so we're okay.
Is that right? No, it's not. There's 2 S's, right?
Yes, that looks correct. Putting me on the spot. Chris will go ahead and get your answer.
I said assassin because before this year, he's been kind of a quiet leader until this time, so just kind of like a quiet assassin. I mean, very physical player, really gets the job done for us. Has been an awesome guy to have back there in the secondary, but I don't know. I just chose assassin.
Oh, that's impressive. All right, and your answer for Chris?
I chose the word technique. He's very technical sound, I've blitzed off the edge a few times, and it's very hard to get around him or try and shake him or to get around and get to the quarterback. And he's very technical sound, and it's hard to, get him off his game.
All right, one last question to write down an answer for. What word would you use to describe Coach? What sums up Coach Joey Jones? All right, Roman's figured his out.
You said 1 word?
1 word. Chris is over here trying to peek. All right.
I said superstar. I mean, he's like a legend around Mobile area. Like, he played for Bear Bryant at Alabama. So, Mobile is kind of an Alabama place. So, he's definitely a superstar. I mean, all the people around there just go crazy when they see Joey Jones. So, he's definitely he steals the show a little bit when we go places. But, I mean, it is what it is.
All right, Chris, you got an answer?
Stole the words right out of my mouth. That's definitely him. He's definitely the face of the franchise, so to say.
All right. Well, one last question. You don't have to write down an answer for this one, but what is your favorite game day tradition there at South Alabama?
I read. That's probably not expected, but yeah, I read a little bit before games.
Okay. All right. Got to get your mind right. And what about you, Roman?
I love the Jag Prowl. The fans, seeing them before the game and the band playing as you walk through to the locker room. It kind of hypes me up a little bit. I try and calm down before the game. I don't want to get too hype and get out there and adrenaline rush and you're tired at the first drive. But the fans, it lets you know why you're there. So I really enjoy the Jag Prowl.
All right. Well, guys, we certainly appreciate you stopping by, spending some time here in the social suite, answering the questions from the fans. Enjoy the rest of the day, and best of luck this season.
Yes, ma'am, will do.
All right. Well, that wraps things up for us here on the Sunbelt Social Suite, but we'll be right back to put a cap on the entire day right after this, so stick around.